you all. My name is Venisha Lobo, Department of Hospitality Science, Milagros College, Mangalore. So today's topic is guest cycle. So before understanding the term guest cycle, we should know the meaning of reservation. So what do you mean by reservation? Reservation is blocking a certain type of room for the guest for the certain duration of time. So when usually happens when the guest has to come for the certain day, first major step is the reservation. So for the guest cycle, there are four major steps which has to be carried. That is, first one is your pre-arrival, arrival, stay, departure and post-departure. Usually post-departure comes under the departure itself. So let's know what do you mean by pre-arrival. So pre-arrival happens when it is a first interaction between the guest and the hotel. When the guest might contact you through the phone call and give the information that so and so date the guest wants a room for a certain duration of time. Or it might be like the guest might send you the letter like on this day they need a room for the certain duration of time. But most of the now, because of the modernization, people use direct contact by telephone or phone itself that they need the reservation. So in pre-arrival, what happens? The front desk will make sure that they take all the necessary information which has to be taken down. So basic information like the guest name, their mail ID, company name, number of packs, number of stay, arrival date, arrival time, departure time, then any special request if they want, like if they need any baby chair or baby cot or wheelchair. So any of these things which are like it comes under the special request. So these all things the front office will make sure at the time of the guest arrival, these all things will be provided to the guest upon their arrival. So there should be no delay in the services to the guest there. So it should run a smooth operation between the hotel and the guest. So in pre-arrival, usually the guest comes through advertisement or through the feedback of the person who previously stayed in the hotel, or it might come through the review. So people have rights to send all the reviews like how was the stay, the ratings, everything is because of the modernization. The information will be provided in the Google itself. So you just put the hotel name, you get all the information, their ratings, so how was the stay. So you don't get any problem. So on the basis of that also the people might judge the hotel services. So in case the pre-arrival is happening, so it makes sure that the services were provided for the previous guest was up to the mark. So in pre-arrival, what happens? The front desk will make sure that all the necessary information will be taken and they will make their guest registration card. So before pre-arrival happens, in this what happens? They will make sure that the front desk will take a certain advance amount like 10% or 20% when they come. So last 80% or 90% will be paid at the time of their departure. So advance payment is taken because in case any guest like who do the reservation, who blocks the room after certain number of days, they do not come on their arrival day and arrival time. At that time, it is known as no-show. No-show happens when the guest blocks the room, when they confirm their reservation, but they do not come on that certain day. The moment it becomes a no-show, it becomes a loss for the hotel. So revenue gets down. So what the front desk will make, before the pre-arrival, pre-registration, the front desk will make sure that they take a little advance amount, or they will take any credit card information that at the time of the departure, there should be no problem at the mode of settlement. This is done because to minimize the loss. Because of no show, they become loss. So to minimize that, they take advance payment. Then the rest amount what is there, they can pay at the time of the departure. So this all things comes under pre-arrival. Next one is your arrival. Arrival is the most important step in the hotel where the guest comes. So guest gets an overall idea at the time of the arrival itself. So usually in arrival what happens? They come to the hotel. So the GRE stands for Guest Relation Executive. So they are in charge for welcoming the guest. So welcoming can be done too by putting them garlands, aarti, tilak, or providing them by the welcome drink. So after that, they will directly go to the front desk. So in this you can see they are coming and asking to the front desk department. So what they provide them the guest registration card. So when the guest registration card is given to them, the guest will make sure that all the information which was provided by them They will check whether it's right or not. So after that, they do the signature. After that, there is the allotment of keys. Allotment of keys, then mode of settlement if they want to do that time itself. If not at the time of departure, then any luggage handling. In case sometimes guest comes without luggage, if there it's fine, but if it's there with luggage, that time what happens? The bellboy is in charge to give the luggage to the room. So this all comes under the points of arrival. Next one is stay. So stay is the most important part where the guest gets an overall experience of the stay during the certain day and time. So in stay usually what happens? The guest get all the services. So the not only in front office but in each department, the department will make sure that the guests do not face any problems and the interdepartmental relationship should be good, like front office with housekeeping, front office with production, front office with service. So they will make sure that each department has a proper coordination. If there is proper coordination, what happens? The guests do not face any problem. So when at the time of the guest arrival, each day arrival list has been prepared and departure list has been prepared. So not only front office will get the information, but the overall department will get the information. At the stay, what happens? The guest might go to the F&B outlet to have food, or he or she might go to the recreational zone, or to the saloon, or to the spa, or to the swimming pool, or to the gym. So this all, what and all activities like the guest which takes the services, this all amount will be considered in guest folio account. Now, what is guest folio account? The guest what and all activities is considering there, like what and all services is taken from the from the hotel. So that those amount will be added in the guest folio account. So at the stay, the guest gets an experience. So guest has to pay at the time of the departure because registration is an agreement between the hotel and the guest, where the hotel is providing you every services which you need, which is up to the mark. So what is the work of the guest? Is paying to the services that he or she has got the services. That's all comes in stay. So next one comes departure. In departure, what happens? In departure, the guest will issue the keys back in case if the guest has taken the SDL, safe deposit locker. The safe deposit locker will consist near to the back area of front office on the room itself, where they keep their precious documents, gold, jewelry, cash. So what and all important is that they have the option of keeping in the safe deposit locker. So at the time of departure, what happens? They can give the issuing of key bags of the safe deposit locker and the room key. So room key will be given back to the front desk at the time of departure. At that time, what is the work of the front desk? Taking the keys, checking the mode of settlements, like making guest folio account into zero. Like what and all credits were there, they have to clear that also. And before going, like stepping out of the hotel, the front desk will make sure that a guest has paid every amount which was due. So in departure, they will make sure that all the amount will be paid, like what and all their modes of settlement was debit, credit, bill to company, whereas in company will pay on behalf of the guest or by debit. So this and all comes in departure, like any mode of settlement which is there, it has to be done. So in post departure, what happens? The front desk or the front desk and the reservation and the marketing sales manager, they will call and provide them what and all, like if any upcoming discounts are there. So they will make sure that to know the hotel, like to know the overall information of the property, they will call and inform to the guest, like on so and so date the hotel is providing with the 10% discount, 20% discount, or any banquet if there is like down, if something is there during the off seasons, if any sales are there, they will call and they will make sure they will take your feedback that everything is fine. We make sure that we get your service once back when you come to the hotel. So that and all things happen in the post departure, taking the feedback of the guest, giving them that in further future information if any activities are going to conduct and so on. So this is all about guest cycle. So once we will get a glance to it, guest cycle. So all guests has to go from the pre-arrival to arrival to stay to departure and post-departure. So each guest, when they come for the reservation, from the reservation they have to go from the four major steps. Each and every guest was once in each and every hotel. Once you do your reservation, the front office will make sure they will keep your all information, necessary information. So when you visit to the upcoming in future to the same property, they will not take too much time because your information was already added in that data when you have done your pre-registration. So what first one was the pre-arrival. Pre-arrival in general, doing all the like the reservation in advance, like giving all your necessary information and all. Next one was the arrival, when the guest actually arrives on that certain day. So there will be like issuing of keys, mode of settlement if needed, then issuing of luggage bags and all if they had their luggage. So the bellboy will give the bags and give to the guest room. After that stay, where the guest experience all the services which is provided by the hotel to the guest. In this, after that there is departure, where they get like it is a time where to leave the hotel, issuing back the keys. If any SDL they have taken safe deposit locker, to issue keys back to them. After that there is post departure. In post departure, usually what happens, taking feedback of the guest, asking them how was the experience, and after that giving the upcoming future information, that any discounts, any sales is there, something is that you have to inform to the guest. So in this, it will make sure that there is a good relationship between the hotel and the guest in a professional way. Thank you so much.